and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Sarah Aboud.
I please the court. I move that Sarah Aboud be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Aboud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlotte Elizabeth Ackerman.
May it please the court, I move that Charlotte Elizabeth Ackerman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charlotte Elizabeth Ackerman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alicia Lee Bailey.
May it please the court, I move that Alicia Lee Bailey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alicia Lee Bailey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annabelle Rose Turner Baker.
May it please the court, I move that Annabelle Rose Turner Baker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annabelle Rose Turner Baker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jessica Kayla Brand.
May it please the court, I move that Jessica Kayla Brand be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jessica Kayla Brand be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cale James Bruce.
May it please the court, I move that Cale James Bruce be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cale James Bruce be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amanda Kapkanovsky.
May it please the court, I move that Amanda Kapkanovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amanda Kapkanovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Ann Castro.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Ann Castro be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Ann Castro be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shannon Yanting Chan.
May it please the court, I move that Shannon Yanting Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shannon Yanting Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lock Yu Charlotte Chu.
May it please the court, I move that Lock Yu Charlotte Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lock Yu Charlotte Chu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harriet Rose Cobbin.
May it please the court, I move that Harriet Rose Cobbin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Harriet Rose Cobbin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lara Nicole Cragen.
May it please the court, I move that Lara Nicole Cragen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lara Nicole Cragen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christina Olivia Davey.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Christina Olivia Davey, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christina Olivia Davey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dina Dawood.
May it please the court, I move that Dina Dawood be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dina Dawood be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Swansea Diao.
May it please the court, I move that Swansea Diao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Swansea Diao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Larissa Donkin.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Larissa Donkin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Larissa Donkin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Donnelly.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Donnelly be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Samantha Donnelly be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tyler James Drayton.
May it please the court, I move that Tyler James Drayton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tyler James Drayton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elizabeth Joan Duffy.
May it please the court, I move that Elizabeth Joan Duffy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Joan Duffy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Sophia Duggan.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Sophia Duggan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Sophia Duggan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harrison Gordon Fisher.
May it please the court, I move that Harrison Gordon Fisher be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Harrison Gordon Fisher be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zoe Elise Fossick.
May me please the court, I move that Zoe Elise Fossick be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
That Zoe Elise Fossick be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tazrin Therese Godina.
May it please the court, I move that Tazrin Therese Godina be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Tazrin Therese Godina be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Finlay James Harris.
May it please the court, I move that Finlay James Harris be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
That Finlay James Harris be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christopher Noel Hegarty.
May it please the court, I move that Christopher Noel Hegarty be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Christopher Noel Hegarty be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Catherine Hill.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Catherine Hill be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Georgia Catherine Hill be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Leighton James Hubble.
May it please the court, I move that Leighton James Hubble be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Leighton James Hubble be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Laura Helen Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Laura Helen Jones be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
That Laura Helen Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thanu Cad.
May it please the court, I move that Tanu Cad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Thanu Cad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Kavi Ahangari.
I may please the court, I move that Sarah Kave Hangari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Kave Angari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sasha Alexandra Kelly.
May it please the court, I move that Sasha Alexandra Kelly be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sasha Alexandra Kelly be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adam Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Adam Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adam Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jalal Kurasani.
May it please the court, I move that Jalal Kurasani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jalal Kurasani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zenai Lamb.
Please the court, I move that C. Ni Lam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let C. Ni Lam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Barry Latouf.
May it please the court, I move that Barry Latouf be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Barry Latouf be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Green Chen Fong Lu.
May it please the court, I move that Gri Ni Chen Fong Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Green Chen Fong Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cassandra Ann McGann.
May it please the court, I move that Cassandra Ann McGann be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cassandra Ann McGann be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua Amir Michael Nankaro.
May it please the court, I move that Joshua Amir Michael Nankaro be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua Amir Michael Nankaro be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bridie Ann O'Dwyer.
May it please the court, I move that Bridie Ann O'Dwyer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bridie Ann O'Dwyer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Quan Lin O.
May it please the court, I move that Quan Lin O be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Quan Lin O be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ryan Pietro Antonio Peacock.
May it please the court, I move that Brian and Pietro Antonio Peacock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ryan Pietro Antonio Peacock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pavle Petkovsky.
May it please the court, I move that Pavle Petkovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pavle Petrovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicola Elizabeth Pitcherd.
May it please the court, I move that Nicola Elizabeth Pishery be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicola Elizabeth Pishery be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Jane Piatila.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra Jane Patilla be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Jane Patilla be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kayla Nasley Ralph.
May it please the court, I move that Kayla Nasli Rauf be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kayla Nasli Ralph be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Michelle Sandrell.
May it please the court, I move that Sarai Michelle Sandrell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sarai Michelle Sandrell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Laura Catherine Schäuble.
I move that Laura Catherine Sheldon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Laura Catherine Schaubin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Lee Sharman.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Lee Sharman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Lee Sharman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Grace Sherburn.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Grace Sherburn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Grace Sherburn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christina Unji Shin.
May it please the court, I move that Christina Unji Shin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christina Unji Shin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Christiane Silva Cunha.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Christiane Silva Cunha be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Christiane Silva Cunha be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kamya Sud.
May it please the court, I move that Kamya Sud be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kamya Sud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Anthony Stewart.
May it please the court, I move that James Anthony Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James Anthony Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alicia Nicole Taylor.
May it please the court, I move that Alicia Nicole Taylor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alicia Nicole Taylor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ha An Tran.
May it please the court, I move that Ha An Tran be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ha An Tran be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Judith Moha van der Eyck.
May it please the court, I move that Judith Moha van der Eyck be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Judith Moha van der Eyck be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Santina Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Santina Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Santina Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jada Ashley Watson.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Jada Ashley Watson, be admitted as an honourable lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Jada Ashley Watson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Abby Josephine Welfare.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Abby Josephine Welfare be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Abby Josephine Welfare be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kim Suzette Wright.
May it please the court, I move that Kim Suzette Wright be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kim Suzette Wright be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ada Ernie Shu.
May it please the court, I move that Ada Annie should be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ada Annie Shu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jin Long Shu.
May it please the court, I move that Jin Long Shu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jin Long Shu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Saar.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander Zahar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander Zahar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
David Raymond Zahn.
May it please the court, I move that David Raymond Zahn be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let David Raymond Zahn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yan Zhu.
May it please the court, I move that Yan Zhou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yan Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, when and as directed by Ms. Plater, stand for the purposes of making an oath, swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand when and as directed.
Could just the first two rows on my right please stand. Sarah Aboud, Charlotte Elizabeth Ackerman, Alicia Lee Bailey, Annabelle Rose Turner Baker, Jessica Kayla Brand, Cale James Bruce, Ananda Kapkodowski, Chloe Ann Castro, Shannon Yanting Chan, Lok Yu Charlotte Chu, Harriet Rose Cobbin, Lara Nicole Cragen, Christina Olivia Davey, Dina Dawood, Swansea Diao, and Chloe Larissa Donican. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability. Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Samantha Donnelly, Tyler James Drayton, Elizabeth Joan Duffy, Madeline Sophia Duggan, Harrison Gordon Fisher, Zoe Elise Fossick, Tazarine Therese Godina, Finlay James Harris, Christopher Noel Hegarty, Georgia Catherine Hill, Leighton James Hubble, Laura Helen Jones, Thanu Kad, Sarah Kavi Ahanagari, Sasha Alexandra Kelly, Adam Khan, Jalal Kurasini, Zini Lam, Barry Latouf, Greenie Chen Fong Lu, and Cassandra Ann McGann. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. Could the row in front of me please stand? Joshua Amir Michael Nankaro, Bridie Ann O'Dwyer, Kwan Lin O, Ryan Pietro Antonio Peacock, Pavle Petkovsky, Nicola Elizabeth Pitchery, Alexandra Jane Pichila, Kayla Nasley Ralph, Sare Michelle Sandrell, Laura Catherine Schaublin, Hannah Lee Sharman, Madeline Grace Sherburn, Christina Unji Shin, Hannah Christiane Silva Cunha, and Kamia Sud. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the 2 rows on my left please stand? James Anthony Stewart, Alicia Nicole Taylor, Ha Ann Tran, Judith Moha van der Eyck, Santina Wang, Jada Ashley Watson, Sarah Abby Joseph Welfare, Kim Suzette Wright, Ada Ernie Shu, Jin Long Shua, Alexander Zaha, David Raymond Zahn, and Yan Zhu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my immediate right, is Justice Mitchellmore of the New South Wales Court of Appeal, and to my left, Justice Wright, who is a senior judge in the Common Law Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice today. And we have done so in this courtroom, which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders, past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I also acknowledge, sitting with us on the bench today, to my far left is His Honour Judge Wilson of the District Court of New South Wales. I'm delighted he is able to sit with us today. I also acknowledge at the bar table Mr. Tony McAvoy and Ms. Kate Eastman, two very senior members of the New South Wales Bar and highly respected practitioners. I also see in the well of the court Professor Johns, the Dean at the Sydney Law School, and I acknowledge her presence. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration. We up here know how hard you've all worked to reach this important milestone in your careers. I also welcome your friends and family whose support will have been, no doubt, invaluable to you on your journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever be the case, I'm sure that they are all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you to a round of drinks or a good dinner to mark the occasion. Well, this court, the Supreme Court of New South Wales, is an old court which last year celebrated its bicentenary. This makes it, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing common law courts in the world. But the custom you have just followed, namely swearing an oath or making an affirmation on admission to practice, is one that dates back to the 12th century. And this is not just a quaint tradition. It's not a quaint tradition. It is a public undertaking by each of you in the presence of your friends, family, peers, and senior judges of the court to truly and honestly conduct yourself in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales and faithfully to serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. So whether you go on to work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service, for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Admission to this court, and as a lawyer of this court, is a privilege and not a right, and is contingent upon continuing adherence to your oath or affirmation. Now, you will see from the portraits of former Chief Justices on the walls of this court that we up here on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you we don't wear them because they're particularly comfortable, which they are not. Still less are they a striking fashion statement. But we do continue to wear them on ceremonial occasions such as this for important symbolic reasons. First, they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 43% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are female, and women make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 35, and the presidents of the Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales are both distinguished female practitioners. The composition of the profession is radically different from the time I commenced practice, and it has been an extremely salutary change. Our robes also serve symbolically to differentiate the judiciary from the other arms of government, the legislature and the executive. We are seeing on a daily basis from events abroad how important the separation of powers is and how important courts are or should be in supervising the lawful exercise of state power. We are fortunate to live in a country where our Commonwealth, state and local governments respect the rulings of the courts, even if those rulings are politically inconvenient, embarrassing or critical of executive government. As to the importance of the rule of law, I make the observation that in a world in which there is much global uncertainty, insecurity and challenges to what we have come to accept as conventional norms, the rule of law is more important than ever and not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of Gen AI brings with it both opportunities and challenges, including within the legal profession and in the work of the courts. Lawyers must, however, remain critical and independent thinkers. While the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it's my firm view, and always has been, that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, what motivates them, how different people react to different situations, how they perform under pressure and deal with each other. This is seen in our courts every day, including in the criminal law, in the area of domestic violence, in family law, in laws relating to wills and inheritance, and in much commercial law. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will in many cases be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, family, personal well-being, status or health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community, and that very much includes Indigenous lawyers, of whom there are too few. Diversity is a concept that is subject to attack in some quarters around the globe, but diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and by a judiciary educated in and sensitive to the many different cultural strands which contribute to the rich fabric of our society in New South Wales. The admission ceremonies on which I have sat since becoming a judge 6 years ago, including this ceremony, highlight there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and the courts work hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity in the profession. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession, and ultimately for the rule of law. Now let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you'll often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. If we're honest, we all make mistakes from time to time, especially when starting off on something new. If and when you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those mistakes. One mistake which I advise young lawyers not to make, or to try not to make, is not to fall into the trap of giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. As a lawyer, you must be dispassionate, independent, and frank in your advice as to your clients' rights and obligations, even if the advice is not palatable to their ears. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, can be confrontational. But the practice of the law is demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. So it's essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour when dealing with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not a business. There is a fundamental and important distinction between the two, which you must never lose sight of. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. Because the reality is that for a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible, or at least very difficult to understand. And our ever-expanding statute books are often complex and prolix. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others by explaining it clearly and how it affects people's rights and obligations. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your written and oral work. To do so facilitates access to justice, which is such an important goal in a functioning democracy. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both extremely important, something far better recognised today than it was some decades ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel a little overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because well-motivated lawyers and dedicated lawyers will want to go the extra mile, the extra step for their clients. They want to make sure the advice is comprehensive, that all avenues have been explored, that a brief is fully prepared, etc. And all of that is admirable. However, as I say, it can become, from time to time, all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. So you need to work hard to try and keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. You should also remember that the law and the legal profession is a highly collegiate one. And in that context, I'm going to call on two representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar and one from the Law Society, to offer a few brief words by way of welcome and congratulations. Mr. Murray, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Sam Murray, and I've been practising for 4 years at the Bar, predominantly in commercial and public law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an ancient profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The Bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. For me, to be a lawyer, and especially to be a barrister, is to be an advocate, a vocation that is centred on integrity and honesty just as much as persuasion and reason. It is an immense privilege to be part of this profession, and every day brings new intellectual challenges that push me to grow in profound ways. I derive deep fulfillment from those challenges, and I take pride in the opportunity to advocate for my clients in court, and so doing to contribute in a meaningful manner to the advancement of justice. Everyone's pathway to the bar is unique. Before becoming a barrister, I worked as a tipstaff to 2 judges of this honourable court and practiced as a solicitor. As a solicitor, I got immense personal benefit from being involved with New South Wales Young Lawyers of the Law Society. That provided me not only opportunities for personal growth, but also allowed me to build invaluable connections and relationships with colleagues whose insights and support have been instrumental in my journey to, and now at, the bar. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. Each year, there's a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice at the bar, as a reader, you would receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers, what we call the open door policy. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees. One of which is the New Barristers Committee, which organises social and educational functions for junior barristers like me. Another is the Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of the strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, being to attract the best people to the bar, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to this legal profession, and I warmly congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. Ms. Lee, do you move? Ms. Lee of the Law Society.
May it please the court. My name is Mimi Lee, and not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court roll as a final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea what to expect. It wasn't always easy. Often it could feel overwhelming. As I stand here today, after 3 years of working as a government solicitor and a policy lawyer, I can say that I'm still learning new things every day. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 43,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been part of the Law Society of New South Wales for almost a year. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support at important times, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. We encourage you to check out the Law Society website for upcoming events, such as our flagship Welcome to the Profession event, which provides you with an opportunity to celebrate with your peers and members of the profession and learn more about your next steps as you commence your legal career. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your profession. So, again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employers about us. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. As the court pleases.
Miss Lee. Well, can I say this to you all by way of closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and can be immensely satisfying. And it's populated by intelligent, committed, dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession which in so many ways underpins stability and cohesion in our community. And you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justice Mitchellmore, Justice Wright, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate each and every one of you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.